your organisation and name and raise your hand when asking the question. Novak, good to be back on centre court. Just tell us how that feels.
Yes. Great to finish the match today as well. A little bit of strange circumstances with the roof being closed and us, delaying the match for almost an hour and a half. But it's a feeling like no other tournament in the world of walking out on the center court of Wimbledon as a defending champion. So on the fresh grass, it's amazing to be back to a dream tournament and to be able to get the first match out of the way. And it was a solid performance. I think I know I can always play better, but at the same time, after a long clay court season, coming into Wimbledon without any preparation tournament lead-up event, any official match on grass, it was kind of expected that I still would probably not be in my 100% of the level of my tennis. So, I've been in these situations before, so hopefully as the tournament progresses, I'll raise my level as well.
Novak, in the first sit down, you had a sort of a good minute maybe of, breathing into the towel, and obviously you were a breakdown early on. I just wondered what was going through your mind as you were sort of embedded in your towel there.
I was trying to get rid of the shadow that I had in my eyes from the sun. There was direct, I just looked at the sun a couple of times when I was tossing the ball, and just I had a shadow in my eyes. That's all it was, basically. Nothing else.
Nerves.
No, well, the nerves are always there, of course, because you're playing in front of the packed stadium in one of the most important tennis courts in the world, and regardless of the fact that I've had so much experience and so many matches on that court, you still feel nerves. I mean, I don't recall the last time I played an official tennis match anywhere, particularly in Grand Slams, where I didn't feel any nerves. So it's normal to feel nerves. It's just a matter of how you adapt and how you obviously focus your attention on being productive to yourself.
Sorry, hi Novak. It seemed to me that just before the rain interruption, you called the umpire down because you seemed concerned about the state of the court. Do you think they left it a little bit too late to come off, and that's what caused the problems, because the grass was already wet by the time the covers were on, the roof was on?
We did talk about that, but I was communicating quite a lot out of the court with supervisor and referee, and chairman of the club came down as well. So they were all a little bit confused, because that's something that they never experienced. Ever since the roof was installed on the center court, normally it takes 10 to 20 minutes for when the roof is closed for the air conditioning to do its job and grass to dry and to be ready for play. That was the case with court one. Actually, we saw that players came back after maybe 15 minutes to court one, and they resumed play, but we didn't, and we couldn't really. Both of us players wanted to come out, and we did several times to show to the crowds that we want to play, we want to be there, and but it was just too many places on the court which were too slippery and really moist. So when you touch the grass and you have your palm is completely wet. So it was very strange that for more than an hour the situation was not changing at all for better. And I think they're checking right now. I think they will probably answer this question better for you, whether it's the air conditioning system or it was quite humid, so that didn't help. I mean, grass is such a sensitive surface for maintenance, and it's definitely very challenging if you have, say, a minute or two more of rain than you need to. But at the same time, I think it was a good call from chair umpire, even though I did ask him, but he wanted to finish the game and it was still playable, so to say. And as soon as we finished the game, maintenance people from the court staff came inside and covered the court. So I don't think it has gotten too much wet from that that maybe extra minute and a half or something. I just feel it has something to do with something else, you know. So that's probably not the question for me, but which, you know, we were lucky that rain stopped, so we could resume play with an open roof.
Need to turn the air conditioning up then, maybe.
They did everything they possibly could. You know, we as I said, we communicated, you know, every few minutes. So, but they were also very confused with what's going on. So I guess they will check that, and hopefully they'll fix it, because, you know, that's one of the only two courts that has roof, and if it starts raining, if you can't play under the roof, then that's a little bit of an issue for schedule.
Novak, you looked very relaxed during the rain break. There were pictures of you chatting to Dan Bloxham while you waited to come back, and then you had some humour with the crowd. I mean, is that a function of being at this stage of your career with all the success behind you, or would you always have been that relaxed in that kind of situation?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't particularly say it's quite a unique feeling for me just because I've won my 23rd slam. I've always tried to have fun in, you know, particular circumstances where you know, I guess you can't control things. And like today, you know, we are waiting. You know, I've had some funny rain delays in Paris as well, and New York, where, you know, joked around. But yeah, it was the first information we got when we walked off the court was you're coming back in 10-15 minutes, and then every 10 minutes was like in 10 minutes, and then, you know, referee after third time checking the court, he said, you know, I don't know what really I can tell you more. It's just not playable. I don't want to risk anything, and I don't want you guys to get out on the court. So then we went and checked, and then we had fun with it. You know, we received the good news that they will open the roof, and then wind obviously did its job and dry the court. You know, we came in, and I tried to do something with a towel, just, you know, bring some, I guess, a little bit of laughs and entertainment for the crowd.
Novak, you chose again not to play any grass court tournament prior to Wimbledon. Now we have 3 weeks beforehand. We are only 2, so it was more usual. For instance, Bjorn Borg didn't play. I was curious because you chose the Azores.
I wanted to say I was in your country, that's why I couldn't play.
Thank you. So I was wondering, could you take us through your preparations when you started? Have you played in the Azores?
No, I didn't. I didn't play in Azores. I actually hiked a lot with my wife, and I took some time, spent some quality time with her. And what a wonderful islands you have there. It's fantastic. It's quite remote though, you know. When we were supposed to take off, we couldn't. We were stuck because of the fog, and so we had to fly the next day. But amazing food, amazing people, very very friendly, and it was great because you know, I've been through a lot of different emotions during clay season, particularly obviously reaching the climax in Paris, and I needed to get away and get isolated a little bit. So, you know, I had a pretty active recovery there, but, you know, still mentally felt refreshed when I came back, and it was never in the plan if I would go to reach the final stages of Roland Garros that I would play any grass court event, because it's just, I haven't done that in the last, I think, 4 years, and before that as well. You know, I just played a few times, actually, Queens or Eastbourne in 17, Queens in I think 18, and after that I have not played the lead-up events because I just felt that you know, it's probably better for me to take an extra week of training to get used to the grass, the movement, the specifics of grass court tennis and what it requires from the player. You know, different tactics, different game style. Ideally, yes, you want to play 1 or 2 or 3 official matches, but yeah, just too short of a time, and I was too exhausted physically, emotionally, and I just needed to regroup. It has worked the last 4 years. There's no reason to believe it cannot work again, but you know, it's a long tournament, and so far I'm feeling good.
We're going to switch to Serbian questions now.
Thank you.
2.5 hours.